So what's interesting is we also have a line of robots called Mesmer, which are much more lifelike, so they have more natural colored skins and look a bit more like people. And actually, when we released Amica, a lot of the YouTube comments and social media comments and things that we got was, "Oh, this is your most lifelike robot you've ever made." And I was, well, I visually, no, it isn't. What do you mean? What they were actually talking about is the kind of dynamic properties of the robot. It was about how it moved. So we've probably most of us have heard of the uncanny valley, and this is a kind of graph with a big dip in it, and it's acceptability versus how close the robot looks to a person. So the idea is the closer you get to looking like a person, the more acceptable the robot becomes until you get very, very close, and then it becomes creepy and weird. And then when you get so close you can't tell the difference, it's not creepy anymore because it's just like a person. So you get this dip, the uncanny valley. But there are actually two versions of this graph. There is the static version and there is the dynamic version. So Boston Dynamics, clue in the name, are fantastically good at the dynamic side. So another interesting point, I think, looking at older videos of Big Dog, their quadruped. Now, Big Dog has no head, has no face, has no eyes, has no kind of expressive characteristics at all, except its limbs. Now, there's an early video where one of the engineers is kicking the robot, not because they're intending to hurt it, just to demonstrate the balance capabilities. But if you read the comments underneath that video, you'll see people saying things like, "Oh, well, what terrible cruelty to an animal." These comments are not a joke. These comments are actually serious. And why are people thinking that way? They're thinking that way because the motion is so good that they have a feeling that this thing is alive. That biological motion has triggered something and said, hang on, this thing's alive, don't kick it. You know, so to me, it's this dynamic information I think is every bit as important as the static information.